Hey everybody, it's Brooke with the Buttered Home and welcome to my messy kitchen. Happy first Sunday in November, and this is our third installment of your fourth quarter or holiday tips and tricks. We have a very special episode of this today. I talked a little bit about last week that we're going to be giving away this coffee from our friends over at Priester's Pecans. This is the Fall Classic Blend, and I'm going to read you the description. Embrace autumn with our signature ground coffee inspired by crisp weather, which we don't have here in Alabama, and vibrant colors. Enjoy rich notes of maple, pecan, and a hint of cream in every sip. And y'all, it smells divine. It's been really hard for me not to get into this myself. So my loss is your gain. But we've been busy out here today in the Messy Kitchen studio filming some content for next year. And I know it's a little earlier than when I have been going live, but that's just kind of part of it because the time changed last night. And so I'm on a completely weird schedule. Also, it just doesn't feel like fall. It just doesn't feel like November for a lot of reasons, but this weather, while it's sunny and beautiful here, I wish it was just a little bit cooler than 81 degrees. I mean, it's 3:25 and it's 81 degrees here. So I'm wishing for some fall for a lot of different reasons, but this coffee sure makes me feel like fall. And you know, you reach a certain age in life where you are mindful of your electric bill, but it would be totally worth it to turn the air conditioning down and brew you a pot of this and just sit and look out your window and enjoy the fall colors that are here and pretend like it's cool. I had actually wanted to decorate out here for Christmas today, and I may still do some, but I'm done with pretty much all of my fall or October shooting out here, so now I can have a little Christmas in here. But I just wish it was just a tad bit cooler, but we can dream, right? So as you know, this time of year I share my tips and tricks of the week that'll help you every day in your kitchen, or certainly with the holidays that are coming up. And today we got a good one. Today we got a new one. And like I always say, if you know this, that's great. But have you shared it with anybody else? So here's your opportunity. We would love for you to hit the little forward arrow on Facebook down at the bottom of this video and share this video to your timeline with your friends. And that's an easy way that even if you already know this tip, you might not have shared it with people. And that is the whole point of what we're doing here. A lot of stuff we do every year because it's a good reminder, and a lot of stuff we do, a lot of people already know. And while I love getting comments on my videos, sometimes people can be less than nice whenever they already know something. So my big question always is yes, but have you shared it? Have you told anybody else about it? So that's what we're trying to do now, is in the spirit of the most wonderful time of year, the spirit of giving, that you share your knowledge with somebody. And I can't tell you how important it is that your kitchen tips and tricks, your recipes, anything that you know how to do that makes life easier, how important it is for you to share that and pass it on so that it becomes a legacy. Because one day that in memories is all that people will have left, or things that you've taught them or given them, or pictures and things like that. And so it's one way that you can kind of carry on and make people smile even long after you're gone. So last week I had a comment about 7 minutes worth of talking before I got to the tip. And to that I also say, this is my channel. So if you don't like to visit, maybe we're not for you. But one of the things that we have loved doing almost 6.5 years now is getting to know our viewers and getting to know the people who watch and love our recipes. And I feel like I've gotten to do that with social media. And there's so much to be said about social media and the state of social media, and how bullying it can be sometimes and how disheartening, but I choose to look at the good because there's so much more good than bad. I feel like when I am with you guys, either in a pre-recorded video or one of these lives like this, that you're actually in here in the kitchen with me. And one of my most favorite things to do is to go back afterward and try to comment back to as many of you who have commented on the video. If you've taken the time out of your day to watch our videos, it means a whole lot to me that I give you some kind of response back. Now, you know, sometimes the numbers are far exceed the time that I have, so I may not get to every single person on here, but I hope at some point in the years that you've been with us here that I've given you a response, either here or on a rating on one of my recipes and comment, or even a direct email, because when you message me here or you email me from the website, you are talking to me. I am, other than my husband and my 2 children, I am a one-woman show. So I like to have a little bit to do with everybody, because I do truly feel like that you are the lifeblood of what I get to do. And so thank you. Now that I have talked, probably not 7 minutes, but I've talked a few minutes because it is my channel, we are going to get to the tip of the week, and it's a good one. So holiday bacon, okay? Holidays, all the things. You can have, like I have a huge bar here in front of me, and it's probably just going to be full of sides, or the turkey and the dressing and all of those things. And sometimes you run out of room on how to position and put things, especially if you take something to somebody else's house. Then, you know, in a cake, today it's about cake. And just about everybody I know carries a cake somewhere in one of these nice, inexpensive cake plates, right? But it's when you take it somewhere and you got this beautiful cake that you spent hours and hours on, it's a little underwhelming. But I don't know anybody who takes like a separate pedestal or something really pretty to match their cake. But did you know that on the bottom of most of these inexpensive Rubbermaid type cake pans, there are these nice handy dandy grooves in here? Well, if you look real good, you have this nice high functioning handle that also, ooh, that screeched a little bit, serves as a nice little place for you to set that cake top. Now, I would suggest that you maybe put your cake on a pretty doily or a nice tea towel or something whenever you put it on your cake plate, and you can really dress things up. Like, I don't know if I have a pretty one here, but I got this gray one. But you could lay it across, and I know, and you put your cake on it, and then whenever it's time to take it somewhere, you just take, and let me go overhead. You just take that dish towel and just fold it over the top of the cake, unless it's iced. You know, you don't want to do this if it's an iced cake, but just kind of wrap it up, and then you can, and I don't know about you, but I always put a hand under here when I carry that cake. I don't ever rely on that handle. But that way, when you get to where you're going, you can set this down as a pedestal right here, and then just line that up, and then you have a pretty little place for your cake to reside, and it kind of sits up off of the table so that you can put other things around it. So, and I'm making sure you can see what I'm doing. So that you can put other things around it, so that you don't just have this one space just taking up a whole lot of room. But I think it's a pretty nice little touch, and it's pretty solid. Like, you can't move it. That's what the grooves in here are for, and they go both ways. So it really doesn't matter how you set it down there. Check your cake plate. If you've got these, like this cross of grooves on the bottom and you got a handle on the top, 9 times out of 10, you can do that too, and you will look like a pro. Especially if you dress it up a little bit with like a festive doily or something like that underneath your cake. I would do a doily if I was using an ice cake on here, But that's a fantastic little trick, and one where you don't have to take half the kitchen with you if you want to look a little fancy pants. So we hope that you will share this tip and love it as much as we do. And not only that, we hope that you will do it this holiday season if you have a cake that you're taking somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to get to the giveaway. Now, I got to do this off camera because I've got my phone is tied up and another camera or device is tied up here, and then I got a device tied up here, so I'm going to have to walk over to my computer and do a random number generator. And then I'll refer to a spreadsheet. So we're going with the honesty factor here because I had 303 shares between last week's video and the week before. So what I've done is I went in and if you shared both videos, you still only got one entry into the contest. So I had 303. So the easiest way to do this is to let Google do us a random number generator. Then I'll cross-reference that number with my spreadsheet. And I promise it's not going to take long. I have tried to stay organized and do all this, on the fly. Check it just about every day and add those names to my spreadsheet. So I will announce the winner after we do this, and then if you're watching or you know the person, if you will have them direct message me on Facebook. And if it is a YouTube person, because I have no idea, everybody's in one spreadsheet. But if it is a person on YouTube or a person on Facebook, if you'll either email me at brooke@thebutteredhome.com, or you can send me a direct message here on Facebook through our Facebook page and let me know that you heard the announcement. If not, I'll try to tag the winner in it. So I'm going to step over here and we're going to do the random number generator. And you'll still be able to hear me. All right, so I have a random number generator up on my computer screen from Google, and I've put in from 1 to 303. So all right, and it's 26. 26 is the number out of 303. So let's go over here to my spreadsheet. Let me get it open. Okay. Now I'm going to scroll down to entry number 26 because that was our random number. And the winner is, keeping you in suspense, Miss Brenda Hawthorne. Miss Brenda Hawthorne, you are the lucky winner of our Fall Classic Blend coffee from our friends at Priester's Pecans. So I hope you're watching. And if not, just send me a direct message, or you can email me directly at brooke@thebutteredhome.com and I'll get your address and I'll get this shipped out to you this week so that you can have all the fall feels, hopefully in time for some actual fall weather. In your neck of the woods. You may already be having it. We're not here, and it doesn't look like we're going to have it for the next week and a half. But the bigger issue here is that we desperately need rain. Desperately need rain. So I ask that you keep South Central Alabama in your prayers, and pray with me that ask the Lord to send us some very much needed rain this week. Also, next week, we'll be live somewhere Sunday afternoon with another really good tip for you. So one of the things, the big reasons that we do this is come December, every year I have a tradition where if you're on my email list, you are the very fortunate recipient of our 12 days of cookie recipes. And it's not just one recipe a day. It's 4, 5, sometimes 6 recipes a day for cookies, whether they're for Christmas or whatever. What cookies are not for Christmas? I mean, let's just be honest. So if you're not signed up for our VIP email list, as soon as this video is done, you're going to want to head over to thebutteredhome.com and sign up or subscribe to our VIP email list. If you're a first-time subscriber, you get a free e-cookbook, which I'm real proud of, and we're going to have some updates to that this coming year in 2025. that we're really looking forward to. And then come December 1st, you will start to receive an email a day with our cookie recipes. Now, this is a careful list that we curate every year with some of my most favorite blogging friends who have some of the best cookie recipes. I can tell you without a doubt, these are not AI generated recipes where you cook it and it turns into salt dough and the best you can hope for is a Christmas ornament out of it. These are actual, tested, curated, original recipes by real people like me. Real creators who've taken the time to measure every ingredient and make sure that the taste and the texture and the result is always the same. And these are also recipes that have been handed down in their own families for generations. And they are fit. Some are new recipes that are fit to be handed down for generations to come. So these are all very nice hand-selected recipes that we are sharing with you, and you get over 60 of them by the time the 12 days is over. So we hope that you'll, as soon as we're done, you'll head over there, and if you're not signed up for the email, that you go ahead and get that email. If you think you signed up for that email, one of the best ways to know is you should get an email from me every week. If you don't get an email, if I'm not in your inbox every week, you might want to check your spam folder or your junk folder and then tell it that it's not spam or junk. These computers, they have a mind of their own, y'all, and sometimes we have to tell them that they're wrong about things. So if you think you've signed up, just check your file 13 and see if it's in there, and then you can tell it that it's not junk or spam, and then you'll continue to get those recipes. If you're not signed up, head over there now, because this won't be the only giveaway we do, and next year we've got some real fun things in store for just our VIP email subscribees as well, other than just coffee. So from all of us here at the Buttered Home to Your Home, we hope y'all have enjoyed this, and we'll see y'all next Sunday afternoon for next week's tip and trick. Be sure to share this video, and we all